Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to GmaGpaAdventures. Just got home from the movies.
Yes, we did. What did we see?
I think it was just called Elvis the movie
Yes.
2022.
Yeah. Elvis. It was all about Elvis's life, at least from the time he was a young boy until his time in Vegas.
Right. So it started out he was probably about 9 or 10,
Yeah, fairly young.
and I never realized that he had a twin that died.
Yes, I remembered
I
that
guess if
after
I'd
they
heard
mentioned
that, I
that.
forgot about it.
Yeah, because I remember hearing that. And he was in Tupelo, Mississippi, I believe, at the time. And
Okay.
then he was picked up, he was noticed by Colonel Tom Parker. He was an up and coming singer, had a record out from Sun Records on radio.
And he took care of Hank Snow. He was his manager.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And Tom Parker got Elvis to go touring with him, and that kind of started his career, started taking off.
Did he manage some kind of circus too? I don't know. I didn't know where the circus came in to
Yeah,
all that at the beginning.
I think Colonel Tom Parker had a circus background. That's where he got his showmanship. And it was kind of told through the eyes of Colonel Tom Parker, kind of almost trying to defend himself.
Mm.
And at times it looked part documentary, but not so much, almost like a play sometimes, the way it was presented,
Yeah.
with different stage scenes and maybe a little bit of fantasy scenes. But what did you think about the movie?
Oh, I liked it. I'd give it a 10 out of 10, which I know
Yeah,
that's pretty high.
yeah, it was very good.
But Austin Butler, was that his name?
Yeah,
He
Austin
did a
Butler.
really good job of being Elvis.
He was great. He was incredible.
And who was the actor that played his manager?
Tom Hanks
Oh, yeah.
played Colonel Tom Parker.
He had gained so much weight, I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, I
Or
don't,
maybe, I don't know,
yeah,
maybe they had him wear a fat suit, but his face looked heavy too.
yeah. I think he
But
had prosthetics, on his nose, and they made him look a lot older, and they made him look not like Tom Hanks,
yeah,
but it presented Colonel Tom Parker as probably the truth, but not in a very good light.
right.
Like he manipulated Elvis and used him to make money. He got,
Financially abused him.
yeah, he took 50%, it said, at times of what Elvis made,
That must have been in the original contract because they didn't let us see that part.
no, and Elvis made millions,
Oh
but
my gosh. I think at the end they said he was the highest solo recording artist, right? Like he'd sold the
ever,
most records.
yeah, ever of all time, yet to this date.
Like solo. So maybe not as much as the Beatles.
Yeah,
But
but that's a big deal considering the other solo artists that there are today. But um, it was a good movie. At times it was sad
oh
because
my gosh, yeah.
Elvis's life at times was very sad, and of course the ending of his life was very sad.
The other thing I couldn't believe when they showed like his birth and his death was that he's 2 years younger than my mom. So I never realized he was born in 1935.
He was just 42 when he died,
Yeah, very young.
but the movie was well done. I mean,
You
the
should go see it.
the musical performances were great. Austin Butler, it said in the younger years, it was actually his voice totally.
That
And
sang.
yeah, and in the older years, they blended Austin Butler's voice with Elvis's original recordings.
Oh,
So it sounded a lot like Elvis. His mannerisms were a lot like Elvis. I know he really prepared for this role, but he did a great acting job.
yeah. And you saw people like leaving, like singing some of the songs in the theater. I could hear some people singing.
Yeah,
And like as you heard them leaving the theater, you could hear them say, "Thank you very much."
yeah, doing their own Elvis impressions. And about
Yeah.
2 seats down from me, there was a guy dressed like Elvis.
Oh, there was?
Yeah, so he was in like a white jumpsuit and sequins and
Oh.
stuff. So they really got into
Aw.
it.
I wonder if he was about his, well, he wouldn't have been his age. He would have been 80.
Yeah,
But-
not quite that age, but lots of Elvis fans there. If you're a fan of Elvis, I think you're going to love the movie. The movie tugged at your heartstrings, and it showed you some of his great moments and great performances. And if
Yeah.
you're not an Elvis fan, I still think you'll like it.
Yeah.
For the acting,
You should go.
should go.
And Priscilla Presley, I think, okayed the movie, was what they had said before they ever, like I guess they let her watch it first before they ever showed it to any of the public.
And we know she's very picky
Yes.
about what gets put out about
His
Elvis,
history.
his legacy.
Yeah. And mainly because of her daughter, I imagine. I didn't realize her daughter was so young. Like, he died in 1977, which I would have been a senior in high school. And I think her daughter was only like 5 or 6.
Not very old.
We'll have to go back and look at that
Yeah,
again.
not very
but
old.
Not very old.
But go see the movie. Very worthwhile.
I give it 2 thumbs up.
I can only give one because I'm holding the camera, but thumbs up all the way. We really liked it.
Yes. Go and then comment down below what you thought about the movie.
Yeah, if you see it too.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.